A baseline dimension is an additional dimension that begins from the same extension line origin or baseline as another dimension that already exists. You can create an angular baseline dimension that extends from the same first extension line origin as the previous dimension or another dimension that you select. You can add angular baseline dimensions to measure several angles from the same first extension line. To create an angular baseline dimension, you use the Baseline tool. On the Annotate ribbon, in the Dimensions panel, the Baseline and Continue tools share a split button. Select Baseline or expand the Continue split button and choose Baseline. Realize that whichever tool you used last floats to the top of this button. When you start the command, the program prompts you to specify the second extension line origin, and you can see the extension line that the program has chosen as the baseline. If the new dimension is being measured from the proper baseline, you can specify the second extension line origin. But if that is not the first extension line you want to use, you can select a different baseline. To specify a different baseline, choose the Select option or press Enter. The program then prompts you to select a base dimension. Click the end of the dimension or the extension line origin you want to use as the new baseline. If you select the wrong baseline, you can repeat this. In this case, select the extension line on the left. Once the new baseline dimension is being measured from the correct extension line, you can use Object Snap to select the next point you want to dimension to. The command stays active so that you can place additional baseline dimensions, all measured from the same first point. When you are finished creating baseline dimensions, press Escape to cancel the command. Note that when you added the new baseline dimensions, they took on the same dimension style and were placed on the same layer as the dimension whose extension line you selected. Even though the current dimension style is called Alternate, which uses tick marks rather than arrowheads, and the current layer is the Alternate Dimensions layer, the baseline dimensions you added were created using the standard dimension style and were created on the dimension layer, the same style and layer as the dimension you selected as the baseline dimension. By default, when you create a baseline dimension, the new dimension inherits the same style and layer as the dimension that is being used as a baseline. This is controlled by the dim continue mode system variable. When set to 1, which is the default, the new dimension inherits the style and layer of the selected baseline dimension. If you change this value to 0, however, the new dimension will use the current dimension style and will be created on the current layer. Also note that each baseline dimension you created was automatically spaced an equal distance from the previous dimension. This spacing distance is controlled by the baseline spacing setting for the dimension style used to create the baseline dimension. There are several ways to change the spacing, including changing the baseline spacing setting, using the Adjust Space command, or by manually moving the dimension lines.